Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I ended up in this situation. Let's rewind a bit back from the beginning. While I was scrolling through the internet, I found this strange Plants vs Zombies meme where you apparently can combine plants together to create a whole new plant. I thought it was fake at first, until I did some research and found out it was real. Safe to say it caught my attention, as I want this game and I want it now. I did plenty of digging and research on shady websites, installing dubious programs, risking my 8 years old Walmart stolen PC by exposing it to dangerous, spooky malware and viruses. But after some time, I finally found it. I had found the gem I was looking for, Plants vs Zombies Fusion. Alright, the main menu looks identical to the original game, aside from this Fusion Showcase balloon, which unlocks after level 45 in Adventure mode. Well, let's do exactly that, the old classic Adventure mode. And just like the game title stated, we can fuse plants. Combining pea shooter with sunflower makes a rather interesting pea shooter that shoots sun. Don't mind the stray pea shooter over there, it was a misinput. As you have guessed, combining a pea shooter with another pea shooter will result in the repeater. Now, what if we combine it with more pea shooters? Boom, you've got yourself a pea shooter on the spectrum. Combine it with one more pea shooter and you'll get the average American pea shooter, with his government-mandated self-defense Gatling gun. However, it seems that Gatling P is the limit. We can't fuse any more pea shooters into the Gatling P. Prepare for trouble and make it double with a dual sunflower, doubling our sun production. We can't make a triple sunflower though. Maybe that would be too overkill. With our Gatling Ps, the zombies got nothing on us. Okay, next stage. We unlock the cherry bomb. Let's see what explosive fusion we get this time. Ah, a red pea shooter. Seems like it shoots cherries instead of peas, dealing more damage. It also applies to every existing pea shooter upgrade, meaning cherry Gatling P is one hell of an explosive combo. We're unable to combine cherry bomb with sunflowers, as it wouldn't make sense either. Next stage, we unlock the walnut. You know, at first I thought the walnut was a potato, but walnut makes more sense, and makes for a good pun. Let's try combining a walnut with a pea shooter. Oh god, what is that monstrous abomination? Please get that away from me. Why does the piece roll over the ground now? I should be combining the walnut with the sunflowers or cherry bomb, but I forgot to do it on this stage. On the next stage, we obtain the glove tool, allowing us to pick up and move plants. Granted, it has a cooldown. And yes, that red thing is a cherry nut. The glove is a rather situational yet useful tool that can help us in a pinch. I combine walnut with sunflower out of curiosity to make a sunflower walnut. And yes, the game has a 2x speed mode to cater to the ADHD-induced soap-cutting hydraulic press ASMR stock footage audience. The next plant we unlock is a potato mine. Let's be silly for a bit and try out new combinations. Combining it with a pea shooter makes a rather boring fusion with no sauce. But combining it with a walnut makes a rather creepy statement. When you gaze too long to the abyss stares back at you. I misplaced my cherry bomb next to the pea shooter instead of on it. Embarrassingly enough, this was only stage 5, but I already had to restart. I can't live with my mistakes just like that. There we go, much better. Say goodbye to symmetry because my lineup is enough to make an OCD person break down into a psych ward. Throughout the whole video, you will see the game saying this fusion is only available in Odyssey. Don't worry too much about that. We will get Odyssey later in this series. I realized at the end of the stage that you can combine walnut with walnut together to create a rolling boulder. Doesn't that act just like a lawnmower? On the next stage, we unlock the Chomper plant. I immediately combine it with the pea shooter to create a pea chomper. For some reason, it won't shoot out peas. It did eat the zombies though. Combining Chomper and walnut creates a chomp nut. That, as you've guessed, chomps the zombies nuts off. It is probably the best early game plant we have right now, as it provides both offensive and defensive capabilities. A small foreshadowing on what will happen later in the game. Oh yeah, we can also combine Chomper with stuff like potato mine and sunflower, but they really don't make much sense at all. Who in the world would combine Chomper with sunflower? That's a recipe for disaster. They do look cool though. On the next stage, we are rewarded with not a plant, but a gift box. It costs 100 sun and upon placing it down, it can spawn a random plant ranging from weak to strong. In my case, it spawned with a garlic, which I don't even have access to using yet. There is also a brand new zombie called the Cherry Shooter Newspaper Zombie. It's a zombie, but their head is a pea shooter and they can shoot peas. That's not even the worst part, as whenever they lose their newspaper, they get into a roid rage state and start shooting exploding peas. Luckily, they can be countered with cherry nuts. Here is the thing, giving me the gift box is just like telling a recovering gambler to live next to a casino. I of course relapse back to my gambling addiction, but is it even called an addiction when gambling rewards you with cool stuff like this frozen Gatling pea? Despite having no access to any kind of frozen plants yet, getting a full row of frozen pea shooters this early into the game feels so wrong yet so cool. Maybe fusing the gift box with a sunflower is a bad idea though, because I have no idea what this steel plated sunflower does. We can also get ourselves a frozen walnut. I assume it makes zombies get into a frozen state when they bite into it. Fusing a gift box with a Chomper was definitely the best idea we could think of, because that silver Chomper looks so goddamn sick. I move it next to the zombie, and yep, that silver Chomper just nuked the hell out of that innocent zombie. Man, I am starting to love this game. The gift box doesn't always reward players with good plans though, as this time we got rewarded with a scary dish room. It is so useless it won't even attack the zombies. I combine it with potato mine to create a SpongeBob. No, like that's literally SpongeBob. But not long after, the gift box just rewarded us with torchwood, and SpongeBob just exploded himself. Torchwood converts peas into flaming peas, and upon further combining it with cherry bomb makes the torchwood explode. Does it make the peas more powerful though? I have no idea. I was too distracted on messing around with the gift box. I completely forgot about the real threat of this stage, the cherry shooter newspaper zombies. What in tarnation? It just cleared almost my entire row. That is nuts. Not to worry though, as we are nearing the end of the stage and we got plenty of sun. We can easily recover back from whatever that was. Oh god, what are those zombies? Why is the zombie head replaced with a steel-plated pea shooter and walnut? The next stage instructions told us to not use cherry bombs or chompers against the steel-plated walnut head zombie. But what happens if I do use a chomper though? Ah, it explodes? But wasn't that just a potato nut exploding? Wait, let me just restart the stage. Turns out by defeating the steel-plated walnut head zombie manually, they can drop a iron bucket. I tried to put it on top of my split pea, but it won't work. Only to realize the bucket only works on normal pea shooters, turning it into iron pea. Iron pea destroys iron objects way more effectively and efficiently compared to regular pea shooters. Oh, it all makes sense now. We can also place the iron bucket on top of our walnut to create iron walnut, which I assume reinforces its defense. On the next stage, we got ourselves the tall nut upgrade, and we got introduced to the pole vaulting zombies. The pole vaulting zombies move fast when they have their pole, and they can jump over our plants. I wasn't expecting that to happen, so I panicked and did something horrible. I combined sunflower with chomper and wasted a lawnmower. Yeah, I basically just committed something equivalent to an unforgivable war crime there. The worst part isn't even that, but these cherry nut zombies and cherry pea zombies, I forgot they existed for a moment, and they destroyed my entire row. That kind of chaos combined with the extreme defensive measures of the iron walnut head zombies on my last row, yeah, I messed up bad. Safe to say level 9 was the first stage I officially lost. Alright, another rematch. This time I learned my lesson. I learned that the pole vaulter zombies can be countered using tall nut. They won't be able to jump if there is a tall nut in front of them. I combined one of my tall nut with a gift box and voila, we got ourselves a menacing looking frozen tall nut. But in the end, it doesn't even matter, because my tall nut got easily destroyed by the cherry shooter newspaper zombies on the row where pole vaulters spawn in. So this marks our third attempt at stage 9. Yeah, a bit embarrassing. Look, it's been a while since I last played Plants vs Zombies, okay? And just like a white neighborhood when a black family moves in, this time I built double layer of defensive countermeasures. And I also made sure we had some iron pea shooters, just in case one of the zombies bring in some heavy metal. I placed down both tall nuts and cherry nuts all over our lawn. Call this excessive or overkill, but I am traumatized by what happened on the previous stage. See, I was right. At our 5th row, our defense was almost compromised. Good thing that the stage was ending, or else I would have considered quadrupling our defensive countermeasures. The day turns into night. We have entered the nighttime levels. Will we be able to survive the pitch black nighttime in Plants vs Zombies Fusion? Find out in the next episode of Get Good Life.